Hey, what's going on, YouTube? So I've been thinking past couple of weeks about the elections coming up, as I'm sure most of you have been, and I have a couple of serious problems that not many people think about. So I'm going to tell you about the problems I have with the candidates, the two main contenders here. Let me just start off by telling you I was and am and always have been since 2008 a Ron Paul supporter. And I'll tell you why. Well, I guess I don't really need to tell you why, but I know the guy has some kooky ideas just like the rest of them as far as restricting businesses, or business restrictions rather, environmental restrictions, his views on science, even though he's a doctor. But all around, he seemed like a good guy. He stuck to his guns, has been saying the same messages, at least about the economy, for the last 30 years. Has a awesome track record in Congress, etc., etc., etc. This isn't about Ron Paul, just letting you know where I stand. Now, here are the problems I have with Obama. He seems to not understand what the word change really means. And I know people will point to Obamacare and say, well, he said he was going to do that and he did. Which is fine, and yeah, he did, but he also said he wasn't going to have any lobbyists in his cabinet. And now he has so many, he has to get congressional approval before he hires anyone else. He also said that day one that he's in office, the troops come home. That didn't really happen, did it? This is just two simple things, really. And I know that I'm saying they're simple and they're probably not, but the two things that you fucking emphasize or be the things that you should do. I find it interesting that the only things that Obama and Congress could overwhelmingly agree on was the indefinite detention of American citizens. Forget anything else we might need in this country. Let's do a bipartisan thing and all come together when it comes to fucking people over in our own fucking country. I could go on and on about Obama. However, the person I'm actually more afraid of, believe it or not, is Mitt Romney. And I'll tell you why. Mitt Romney is a big businessman, okay? He's not interested in running the country like a president should run the country. He's interested in running the country like a businessman would run the country. Now, I know some of you are going to say, well, that's what the country needs. We need to balance the budget and blah, 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 blah. Keep in mind, Romney has presented no convincing plan for balancing said budget. Also, as a businessman, where do you think his loyalties are going to lie? Are they going to lie in, are his loyalties going to lie with the people? No, they're going to lie with the businesses, meaning businesses will retain the rights of a person. Businesses have personhood by law now. And he'll allow them to run rampant. I mean, he'll take off some of the restricting guidelines, or probably work to take. I can't say what he's going to do or not going to do. I'm just speculating. But we'll probably restrict them far less, or at least fight to have less restrictions for businesses, which means things like our air and our water, the two main sources of energy and life for the human, will be affected greatly. And like most companies that a lot of us have worked for, he's not going to care about your rights. He's going to care about the bottom line. The other thing that scares me about Romney, the guy wears magic underwear. Did you know this? He's a Mormon, which means he wears undergarments that are believed to protect him from anything like evil, demons, bullets, swords, physical injury of any kind, or physical injury of any spiritual kind. That's weird. I don't care. If you're a Mormon, I'm sorry. But you guys are fucking crazy. But I don't want to just pick on Mormons here. And I say just because I'm not saying I don't want to pick on anybody. I want to pick on all of you crazy religious people. Here's the thing. I watched a video today where Penn Jillette of Penn and Teller was asking, like, you know, in a court of law, if somebody were to say, you know, kill their children and say, oh, God told me to do it, you know, the court at no point will consider that to be the fact. However, as most people who would be on the juries who are Christian would say, this was a Christian nation founded on Christian values. I find it interesting that they won't consider that as the case. And the reason that we don't is because deep down we all know that's fucking nuts. I don't care what God told Abraham to do, and whether you should, if you follow the Bible literally, then you should believe that that was the case. You know not to convict or not to sentence somebody lightly or give them a verdict of not guilty because you know they're fucking nuts. Okay? God doesn't speak to people because... Sorry, I keep coughing. Because God isn't there to speak to people and tell them to do such things. So I question when our political leaders can say things like, I believe in a talking snake, I don't believe in evolution, I believe in creationism, stating that the earth is 6,000 years old, man and dinosaur once lived together, and that fossils are either tricks by the devil, who, by the way, Satan, Lucifer, and the devil are not actually in the Bible. Lucifer's mentioned once, and Satan and devil were references to people. That was a term used to define somebody, like a slang or like a derogatory term. So you know, there's this, the person doesn't even exist biblically. Anyway, that fossils were placed there by the devil. I have serious questions about your capacity for rational thought, for rational anything, really. So somebody like Michelle Bachmann can go up on the debates and say, God told me to run. She believes this. I think she believes it. I mean, she's saying it, you know, unless she's pandering to the crowd. Maybe she is smart enough to do that, but she's saying, God told me to run. And the people who were going to vote for Michelle Bachmann, who were of the Christian persuasion, believed, yes, this is God's candidate. And what the fuck happened? Bye-bye Michelle Bachmann. She's no longer in the race. So Michelle Bachmann is fucking crazy, along with the people who thought she was any good, or she's a liar, and she's a bad person. I just don't want the people who have the power, who have the red button at their fingertips, being able to make those kinds of decisions when they believe in an invisible person in the sky watching everything you do, who, by the Bible standards, is a sadistic motherfucker in the first place. I don't want them in the most powerful seat in the world. I don't want them in any seat with any power in the world. I'm starting to, and as much as I believe in people's freedoms and rights and, you know, freedom to believe whatever you want, is it really safe? Is it really beneficial to the country to have these people who believe in tales of complete, imagination and live their lives by it? Is it safe to have those people running the things that allow us to live comfortably? It's a question to be asked, and I'll leave the debate to you guys. Tell me what you think in the comments. Magic underwear. Mitt Romney. Obama, I mean, I know he's religious. I mean, he's a little bit more secular than most, but to give any credence to this stuff is insanity, especially in a public office. I can't trust you if you believe that your magic underwear is going to stop evil from harming you or physical objects. If I went up and punched Mitt Romney in the gut, I guarantee you he's going to feel it. Fucking magic underwear! Are these people fucking serious? Anyway, here's the subscribe-y-oly button. Subscribe to the Smoke Break series. Check us out. You'll notice down below there's a description in which you can check out a bunch of other shit from the Smoke Break series. Our Facebook page, Google Plus page, our blogger page. So I'll see you next time, YouTube. And remember, these people are fucking crazy.